very upright. You take a look at the visual impact of many scooters, somewhat tall, a little vertical, and what you see is, of course, what you want, and that's a seat to take you around the city. Sometimes they have an opportunity to take luggage with you, and for the most part, the question of how dynamic they are is a question that many people can ask. So we took a look at this as a starting point. Where are the others? What is it that people like about scooters? What do they expect of scooters? We saw something that for us was difficult to combine with what we're looking for. BMW, very dynamic. And when we take a look is, as Milaan said, the C600 Sport. What is sport? Well, for us, something very exciting in the past couple of years has happened. We know that we have added to the pulse of many the rider in the sense that we've got something that works for BMW, something very exciting and sometimes challenging, and it has a couple of features that when we look at really make it stand out. The first part is that the head is separate. We don't have one long shape of body. And when you get a chance later to take a look around you, we have, for instance, in the S1000RR, added to the excitement of this class in a very BMW typical way. We have panels that stand out, make it look very aggressive. Air intakes that are very, very functional. And what all of this does is very important when we take a look at what scooters do. What all of this offers is something that has a very dynamic, and I'm getting to the point here, a very dynamic shape that goes uphill, even with functional things like framing. It's a very dynamic upwards movement, even when you have functional parts like rear seats. It's something that is very aggressive, very strong in movement. And this is especially important for us when we take a look at what a sports scooter should be. Especially important also here are details that we learned, that we developed in the wind tunnel. For instance, among other things, if you're familiar with our racing bike, the twin-tip spoiler, cooling, very efficient. The engine, of course, in this case. And you'll notice very quickly that when we talk about sport bikes, how much of that has a reference to the scooter that we'll be looking at, which has the same type of love of detail, solutions that are unique to BMW. Starting, for instance, with the front fork, which is an upside-down front fork. So if we take a look at the sportiness here that this type of motorcycle offers in that segment, we go on to what a sports scooter could be. So let's take a look at what we've got.